Leading our horse in their halter with a lead rope is a great way to build trust and friendship. Sometimes when you're leading your horse, you will want to move her back legs or her haunches. How would you do that? Let me show you. Come here, and you gently put your hands on her side or on her flank, and you add a little pressure so that she moves her back legs over. Good girl. And then you stop asking when she moves away. And then you're going to ask again, a little bit of pressure. Good girl, Gracie. And then you stop asking. Good girl. Same thing on the other side. If we want to ask our horse to move away, we'll take the lead rope, making sure we know where it is, and we'll gently push our hand on her flank and then stop asking. Good girl, Gracie. Move her haunches over and then stop asking. Good girl, Gracie. What to do if you want to back up your horse when you're leading her in a halter? Let me show you. So I'm going to gently say, back, Gracie, back. And I'm going to pull on the lead rope. Back, Gracie. Good girl. Now, if she doesn't listen or respond enough, I can also take my fingers and push on her chest and say, back, Gracie, back. Good girl. Usually 4 or 5 steps. And then I stop asking. Good girl, Gracie. All right, so if we want to lead our horse with a lead rope and a halter, we need to give her the same cues. First, I'm going to use my voice, and I'm going to say, walk on, Gracie, walk on. If she doesn't listen, I'm going to give her a little pull with the lead rope. I put my hand forward. Good girl. And I give her praise when she walks. If I want her to stop, I say, ho, Gracie, ho. And I gently pull back on the lead rope, and then I soften the lead rope. What to do if you're trying to lead your horse and she won't go? You're pulling, she won't come. Here's a little trick. Take the end of the lead rope. Come on, Gracie. Give her a little tap on the shoulder, and boom, now she's ready to walk and cooperate. Good girl, Gracie. Sometimes we want to exercise our horse from the ground. I like to keep my helmet on my head for safety, just in case she were to get surprised by something and turn her head quickly. I don't want to get a concussion, so I want to use my helmet. I make sure I hold my lead rope in both hands. I'm not choked up on the lead rope here because I don't want to hurt my fingers in case she were to get startled. And how do I make my horse move around? Come on, Gracie, to walk forward. I gently ask, and then when she responds, I stop asking. If I want her to stop, I say, ho, Gracie. And I pull back a little bit on the lead rope with my right hand. If I want her to move her haunches away from me, I take my hand and I gently press against her flank to move her back legs away from me. When she moves over, I stop asking, good girl, and I give her some praise. Then I'll ask her again, gently, softly, pushing her haunches away from me. Good girl. And if I needed to move her haunches the other way, I would come on this side of the horse, and I would gently push my hand against her side or her flank. When she moves away, I stop asking, good girl, Gracie. Move her away from my hand and stop asking, good girl, Gracie, good girl, Gracie. If I want her to back up, I'm going to go back on my left side, and I'm going to say, back, Gracie, back. And I pull back on the nose band. If she doesn't listen, I can also put my fingers on her chest. They move away from pressure. Back up, Gracie. Good girl. And I try to back up 4 or 5 steps. Good girl. And lots of praise after. Making sure we always know where the lead rope is. Never wrapping the rope around our arm. Also, very important, the lead rope doesn't get too long and then we get back here. This is not a safe zone because she could kick us by accident. So you always want to stay up by her neck or by her head. Sometimes when we're working with our horse on the ground, it's important that we move our horse's haunches. How do we do this? Or her back legs? We're going to take our hand and we're going to gently push on her flank or on her side and ask her to move her back legs. Move over there. When she moves from light pressure, we stop asking. And then we can ask again. Gentle pressure on her side to make her move over. We can do the same thing on the other side. So we come over to her right side and we take our hand and we gently push on her side, asking her to move her haunches over. When she moves away, we stop asking and we tell her she's a good girl. Praise is wonderful when you're working with your horse and training your horse. It's also important that our horse moves their haunches away from pressure from our hand. So if we wanted to move her haunches to the left, we would come over onto her right side, and with our left hand, we'd say, move over. And then we stop asking when her haunches move away. And again, move over, Gracie. And then we stop asking. Another important thing that we might need when we're on the ground working with our horse is to move our horse's haunches or her back legs. How do we do this safely? We're going to gently push here and say, Gracie, move over. And when she listens, we stop asking. For safety, it's important when you lead your horse that you're near the horse's head and neck. It would not be safe if we get back here with a lead rope by our horse's back legs, because we could accidentally get kicked. So don't go back there. Stay up by your horse's neck and head. This is the safe place to lead your horse. It's also important that your horse is responsive to your aids. So you give them a tug and then you soften when the horse responds. So if I'm going to lead my horse, I'm going to give her a little tug. Come on, Gracie. And then once she listens to me, I soften. It's important that I don't pull all the time, otherwise she won't listen to me anymore. If we need to back up our horse, we can put our hand on her chest and say, back, Gracie, back, back. 1, back, 2, back, 3, 4. We usually do 4 steps back. Good girl, Gracie. And then, come on, Gracie, let's go. So it's important to work with your horse on the ground to develop trust and friendship. If we want our horse to go forward, we say, walk on, Gracie, and we pull the lead rope. If we want our horse to stop, we say, ho, and we pull back on the lead rope. If we'd like to make a circle, walk on, Gracie. We're going to lead her in a circle to the left. She's on our right side, we're on our left side. And then we can say, ho, and we pull back a little bit on the lead rope. The next thing I'd like to do is show you how to walk your horse in a circle. First step, I need to get over on her left side. She needs to be on my right side. I'm holding the lead rope, not too close, and I'm gonna take her nose, walk on, Gracie, tell her with my voice, and we're gonna go walk in a little circle. So I'm moving her nose a little bit to the right. Come on, Gracie, come on. I'm pulling and I'm talking to her. I gave her a little cluck and I made a little circle to the right. And then if I want her to stop, I say, ho, Gracie. And then I'm going to do the same thing to the left. I'm going to walk her in a little circle to the left. Walk on, Gracie. And I pull and then I soften. Pull and I want to soften. I want to give all my cues nice and gentle. And I'm staying up by her head and neck, the safe zone. Oh, Gracie. Good girl. When we practice leading our horse, it's a great way to build trust and connection and friendship. But also it helps us teach our horse that we are the alpha leader and they must respect us. We must respect each other and to have healthy boundaries. Sometimes I'll see people walking their horse and the horse is walking much too close to them. So it's important that you can use your elbow to say, hey, give me a little bit of space here when you walk your horse. You want to make sure that your feet aren't stepped on by your horse's feet. So you want to have healthy boundaries and learn how to be the alpha leader. I hope these tips are helpful, how to lead your horse with a halter and lead rope. Thank you for watching.